The work of the Institute has not gone unnoticed. Both the International Labour Organization and the World Health Organization have commissioned projects for the Institute to undertake. So last year, the Institute was also invited to chair the Asian Occupational Safety and Health Research Institute's grouping. While WSH Institute has been honored with these international commitments, the work of the Institute, however, must continue to be focused on the needs of Singapore and Singaporean workers.
The word holistic is confusing because many people think it is connected with holy. I hope it is holy, but it comes from WHOLE, which means we let us look at the entire picture, the big picture. As I said, we all know that prevention comes before protection or cure, and then we will add one more layer. Collective safety is better than and easier than individual safety. That is why PP is the last in the hierarchy.
Knowledge on cases can be useful for a long time and for different purposes. There's a solution, give it to the designer who can then assess and make some adjustments, okay, which is called adaptation. And with that, of course, you have now a new problem and solution set and can put that into it's a new case into the case base. So essentially it's a knowledge sharing type of system. We have a draft, a prototype that we're working on. It's able to retrieve something based on a very simple approach. We're still assessing it. Anyone interested to try out the system, you can feel free to talk to me after this.
So what the team came up with was actually this helmet camera that can be very easily mounted onto any motorcycle helmet, right? And it's an easy 5-minute setup. And after using the camera, the footages can actually be viewed via application on their smartphone. So it's very easy to view and review their own riding habits.
All occupational diseases are preventable. We should recognize new causes of occupational diseases. We talked about the BlackBerry, all right, and be on the alert for hazards, all right? Like so, silica, it's not an old hazard, all right? The hazard is still there. You should still continue to conduct a surveillance. You should always evaluate for gaps and deficiencies in programs. It's not good enough to just say that, yeah, I have a hearing conservation program. Yeah, I've got an ergonomic program, but is it working? You need to analyze it, right? Investigate to identify the causal agent as it helps with returning the workers safely back to work and prevent other workers from developing OD. Silica in the construction industry, even higher, right? Painters, bricklayers, operating engineers, laborers doing drilling, sawing, hacking, jackhammering, chipping, abrasive blasting of concrete structures. All these workers are still very much at risk of developing silicosis.
What are some of the challenges you see from your area, either as a practitioner or a researcher, to translate research knowledge to practice on the ground?
I'll come directly to the problems I faced transferring my research experience elsewhere to research experience here. To a researcher, and I think I'm speaking for many researchers, data is the food, the fuel that keeps the researcher moving along.
Getting research ideas into practice, I think firstly the research question must be interesting and useful to the industry. And to get that, I think as researchers, I think instead of pointing fingers elsewhere, I think as researchers we have to ask ourselves, are we in touch with the industry? Do we know what's happening in the industry?
I think at the WSH Institute, I think the idea is really to help us build a body of knowledge, both theoretical as well as practical, to create healthier and safer environments in the workplace.